Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we will be working the 2015 multiple choice paper. And remember, if this video is for you, please ensure that you're learning, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. So here we go. So number one, this is a repeat question. It has been repeated so many times on so many different papers, so you can check the links in the description below for other papers. But it says -3 squared plus -2 squared. So remember guys, when you square a negative number, it's negative times negative, and negative times negative always results in a positive number. So -3 squared will give us +9, and -2 squared will give us +4, and 9 plus 4 is 13. So our answer for number one is C. So we're just moving right along. So number two, what number when added to 1 and 1 upon 3 gives 2? So there are different ways you can work this question, but I'm just going to change the mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So it's 3 ones, 3 plus 1, 4 upon 3 plus x, which is the number that we're trying to find, and that is equal to 2. So what I'm going to do is multiply the entire equation by 3 to cancel the 3 that is at the bottom. So I'll get 3 multiplied by 4 over 3 plus 3 multiplied by x, and that is equal to 3 multiplied by 2. So for this first part, the 3 at the bottom will be cancelled with this 3, and it will leave us with 4 plus 3 times x to give us 3x, and that is equal to 3 times 2 to give us 6. And now we're going to solve for x to make x the subject of this equation, this formula. So it is 3x, so we're going to move the 4 across the equal sign to give us 3x is equal to 6 minus 4. So remember, it was a positive on the left hand side, so when it moved to the right hand side it becomes negative. So therefore 3x is equal to 2, and x therefore is equal to 2 upon 3. So therefore answer for number 2 is B. Number 3 states, Anne and Betty shared a sum of money in the ratio 2:3 and received $120. What was Betty's share? This also is a repeat question from the 2011 paper. So therefore, if Anne's share, which is 2, is $120, what is Betty's share, which is 3? And that is equal to x. So therefore we're solving for x, so we're cross multiplying to make x the subject. So therefore x is equal to 3 multiplied by 120, and all of that is divided by 2. So therefore x is equal to 360 divided by 2, and x is equal to 180. So therefore answer for number 3 is C. And we're moving nice along. So number 4, 11.1 divided by 0.01 is equal to. So remember, with dividing we can move the decimal point in the divisor to make the divisor a whole number. So in this case we're moving the decimal point 2 times in the divisor, so it is 1, 2 to get a whole number of 1. And if the amount of time that we move the decimal point in the divisor, will also need to move it that amount of times in the dividend. So we'll be moving 1, 2 to give us 1110 divided by 1, and any number divided by 1 is itself, and therefore answer for 4 is D. And yes guys, this is also a repeat question, so you can check the links in the description below to get access to the other papers. So number 5, a test was marked out of 80. A boy scored 60% of the marks on the test. How many marks did he score? So the test was marked out of 80. He got 60%. So the reference mark that we're using is 100%. As we know, that is the total percentage that he could have gotten on a test. So therefore 100% would have been equal to 80, which means he'd have scored 80 out of the 80, but he scored 60%, and we're trying to find how much that is, and that is the x that we'll be using. So we're cross multiplying to solve for x, so therefore x is equal to 60 multiplied by 80, and all of that is divided by 100. We can cancel zeros from the 100 with the 0 from 60 and 80, and that will leave us with x is equal to 6 multiplied by 8. So therefore, guys, remember, we always try to simplify, because remember, we don't have calculator in our exam, so we're trying to find the easiest route possible, and we know our timetable 6, 8, 48, and therefore answer 4, 5 is B. So always remember to simplify, guys, to make things easier for you in the exam. Number 6, if 30% of a number is 45, what is the number? So remember, again, we're looking at percentage, and base reference percentage is always 100%. So therefore, it's another percentage change. So 30% of a number is 45. What is the number? We're looking for 100% of what that number is, and that is equal to x. So we cross multiply to solve for x. So therefore, x is equal to 100 multiplied by 45, and all of that is divided by 30. So we can cancel the 0 from the 30 with one of the zeros from the 100, and that will leave us with 10 multiplied by 45 divided by 3. But we can also cancel the 45 with the 3. So 3 into itself goes 1 time, 3 into 45 goes 15 times, and therefore we're left with x is equal to 10 multiplied by 15, and therefore x is equal to 150. So therefore answer for number 6 is C, and that too is a repeat question. And we're moving along nicely. Number 7, what is the value of the digit 6 in the number 48.061? So remember, with the 48, the 8 would be ones, and then the 4 would be tens, but when you're going beyond the decimal point, it is tenth, then hundredth, then thousandth. So therefore the 6 is in the hundredth position, so therefore it becomes 6 over 100. So therefore our answer for number 7 is A. So therefore it is 6 over 100. So just need to remember place value system. So number 8, the highest common factor of 12, 15 and 60 is. So remember common factors, guys. I just need to remember what common factors are and write down the common factors of each number. So for example, the common factors of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. The common factors of 15, 1, 3, 5, 15. Common factors of 60. So therefore common factors are looking at numbers that can be easily divided into these numbers without leaving a remainder. So when you write down all factors for 12, 15 and 60, you'll realize that the common factors are 1 and 3, but the highest common factor is 3. So it is just looking at the highest number that is common amongst them all. So that would be 3. So number 9, using the distributive property, 49 times 17 plus 49 times 3 is equal to. So remember, when you're looking at distributive law, it is multiplying a number by a group of numbers, and when added together it is the same as doing each multiplication separately. So therefore in this case we're multiplying 17 and 3 by 49. So therefore it is 49 bracket 17 plus 3. So if I expand this little bracket right here, you will realize that you result back in the 49 times 17 plus the 49 times 3, and when you add the 17 plus 3 it will result in 20. So it is the same as 49 times 20. So therefore answer 49 is A. So remember, guys, to review distributive law so that you can be comfortable with it before entering the exam. Number 10 states the next term in the sequence is, so therefore we need to find out what the sequence is before we can determine what number comes next. This is also a repeat question from the 2007 paper, so you can check the link in the description below. But just a quick run through it is 6 minus 1 will give us 5. 13 minus 6 is equal to 7, and 22 minus 13 is equal to 9. 33 minus 22 is equal to 11. So if you look at the sequence, you realize that the answers each time increase by 2, starting from 5. So it is 5 plus 2 to give us 7, 7 plus 2 to give us 9, 9 plus 2 to give us 11, which means that the other answer, the difference when found, the answer will be 13. So it would be 11 plus 2 to give us 13. So therefore, to get the number that is next in the sequence, it will be 33 plus 13, and that will give us 46. So therefore our answer for 10 is C, and you can check that by saying 46 minus 33 to result in 13, and therefore it will follow the sequence of adding 2 to the answers going up. So it is 5, 7, 9, 11, then 13. So given that P is equal to this bracket, so this is number 11, 2, 3, 5, 6, and Q is equal to 2, 3, 4, then P union Q is described as. So we're looking at what the range of X values are. So A is saying X is greater than or equal to 1. Right there we can see that that is not true, as there's no 1 in any of the brackets. So we're looking for the union, so all the numbers, but there's no 1 in any of the brackets. So therefore X is not equal to 1 at any point. B says X is greater than 1 and X is less than 7, and X is an element of natural numbers. That is so true. So X is greater than 1 and at the same time X is less than 7. So therefore these range of numbers would be 2 to 6, and that is true. So therefore I guess we can safely say B is our answer. Number 2 says X is equal to or greater than 2. That is true, and it then says X is less than 6. That is not true, as also 6 is also a part of our answer, and we can see that D, from that explanation, D could not be our answer also. Number 12. In the Venn diagram, the shaded area represents. So guys, this question is repeated about 4 times on past papers that we've did. So remember that we're looking for something that is not representative of P. So you can check the link in the description below for the other explanations that I've provided, as I think each time, the explanation varies a bit. So if you don't understand this one, you can always check another video to get a different explanation. But we're looking for something that does not include P at all. And remember, these apostrophes beside the letters and brackets means not. So A is saying not P right there, and then we're looking for something that does not include P, and A describes this relationship perfectly. The others, they might include P, or they are saying not the union, not the intersection, and that sort of stuff, but A represents that perfectly by saying not P. So everything else except P, and that is exactly what we are looking for. 13. In a group of 40 students, 28 played tennis and 22 played chess. What is the least number of students who play both tennis and chess? So we're looking for what the intersection is. So therefore 28 played tennis and 22 play chess, so that is equal to 50. but you can see that this 50 has exceeded the total number of students, which is 40. So therefore it means that somewhere in between some overlapping is taking place, and this overlapping would be the intersection that we're looking for, which is the amount of students that play both tennis and chess. So all we need to do is just a simple subtraction of saying this 50 that we got minus the total amount of students, which is 40, and that is equal to 10, and therefore answer 413 is B, which is the amount of students that play both tennis and chess. And we're moving right along. 14. If P equal factors of 6 and Q equal factors of 4, then the shaded region represents. So the shaded region again is the intersection. So we need to look at the factors of 6. Factors of 6, 1, 2, 3, and 6. Factors of 4, 1, 2, and 4. So we can see that the common numbers are 1 and 2, and therefore these are the numbers that will represent our intersection. So therefore answer 414 is B, and we're moving nicely along and maximizing our marks. 15. Mrs. Jones' taxable income is $18,400. She pays tax at a rate of 20%. The amount of income tax she pays is, so what we're trying to find is 20% of 18,400, and that will be our tax income, or income tax that Mrs. Jones is paying. So guys, it is 20% of 18,400, and that will give us our answer that we're looking for. So our answer 415 is 3,680, and that is C. So that is what the working out will look like, and our answer is C. So remember guys to continue to practice these workings, as you will not have a calculator in the exam. So 16 states the value of a plot of land is $18,000. Land tax is charged at the rate of 70 cents for every $100, and this is the value. What is the total amount of tax paid for the land? So for every $100, 70 cents is charged, and we're looking for what X is the total amount that this person is paying for the plot of land that they have. So X is equal to the $18,000. We cross multiply and find X, so therefore X is equal to 18,000 multiplied by the 70 cents, and all of that is divided by 100. So therefore X is equal to 12,600 divided by 100, or we could have just simple cancel the zeros from the 100 with the zeros from the 18,000 and leave us with 180 multiplied by 70 cents, which might have been easier, and our answer is 126. So therefore answer 416 is B. So just continue to practice, and to which way in working questions like these would be easier for you. 17. At the end of any year, a car is worth 5% less than what it was worth at the beginning of the year. If a certain car was $10,000 at the beginning of 2014, then its value at the end of 2014 is. So this is a similar question to what was worked on the 2011 paper. All they did was change the year and stuff like that. So this is what questions will look similar also. So once you continue to practice, guys, nothing will scare you once you enter that examination room. So if at the start of a year a car is $10,000, which means that it was 100%, and at the end of a year it is worth 5% less, which means that at the end of the year it will be worth 95%. So it is 100% minus the 5% less that it is worth, and we're trying to find what is X, which is the dollar value amount of this car at the end of the year, which is 95%. So again, we cross multiply to solve for X, so therefore X is equal to 10,000 multiplied by 95, and all of that is divided by 100. We can cancel the zeros from the 100 with the zeros from the 10,000, and that will leave us with 100 multiplied by 95, and therefore our answer is x is equal to 9,500, and B is our answer. So continue to practice, guys, and you will do well. 18. A man bought a mobile phone for $800 and sold it for $1,000. What was his profit as a percentage of the cost price? So he bought a phone for $800 and sold it for $1,000. So 800 he bought it, so that is 100%, the initial cost. He sold it for 1,000, so we're trying to find what is this new percentage, and hence his profit as a percentage, so that is x. So we cross multiply to solve for x. So x is equal to 1,000 multiplied by 100, and all of that is divided by 800. We can cancel the zeros from the 800 with the zeros from the 100, and that will leave us with x is equal to 1,000 divided by 8. So therefore x is equal to 125. So what was its profit as a percentage? It would be 125 minus the initial percentage, which was 100%, the base percentage that we worked with, and that is equal to 25%, and that is the profit as a percentage, and therefore answer for 18 is D. So number 19, Susan bought a calculator for $120. She had to pay a sales tax of 10% on the price. How much change would she receive from $140? So Susan went to the store and she bought the calculator, and she paid a tax of 10%, so it would be 10% of 120 to give us $12. So the total amount that she paid for the calculator is the $120 plus the $12 in tax, and that will give us $132. She gave the man or the cashier $140, so it is 140 minus the 132, the cost for the calculator, and therefore Susan's change is $8, and our answer for 19 is A. So we're moving to 20. The simple interest on a loan of $6,000 for 3 years was $900. What was the rate of interest per annum? So if you remember our formula for simple interest, the simple interest is equal to principal times rate times time, and all of that is divided by 100. And in this case, we're trying to find for R, so we're going to transpose our formula. So the simple interest is 900, and that is equal to the principal, which is 6,000 multiplied by the rate, which we're trying to find, multiplied by the time of 3 years, and all of that is divided by 100. So now making R the subject of the formula, it is 900 multiplied by 100, and all of that is divided by 6,000 multiplied by 3, and that is equal to R. So we can cancel zeros from the 6,000 with zeros from the 100, and that will leave us with 900 divided by 60 multiplied by 3 equal to R. So therefore 900 divided by 180, and that is equal to R. So therefore R is equal to 900 divided by 180, which is 5. So the rate is 5. So you can cancel the 0 from the 180 with 0 from the 900, and you will be left with 90 divided by 18, which would make it easier to do a division right there. And our answer for 20 is C, 5%. So guys, this is the end of part 1 of this part 3 series. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and remember to practice, and we will see you again in the part 2. So thank you for joining us. Have fun. Math is fun once you practice.